Today we are going to be traveling to the very rural southern part of Missouri to see the deepest natural spring in the entire United States. Definitely something worth seeing. We are also going to be making some other stops to see some other very interesting natural wonders that are hidden in this part of the state. They are all free and cost nothing but your gas to get there, and to enjoy them costs nothing. Alright, so we have made it to Blue Springs today, and we are in the Ozark National Scenic Riverway, and it's just going to be a short hike up here to see the spring. So in the last couple months, or this spring, we had a huge amount of rain, so there's a lot of evidence of things still washing out, and I wanted to show you this on the trail. Here is leaves, and you can see that that's how high the water was, and you can probably see some other of the leaves back there. We had 12 inches of rain, and I saw quite a bit of that evidence, and things washed away, and trees on the trail and brush. Let me turn around, you can see all the brush still on the trail. It still needs to be cleared out from the spring, but it was a huge flood for us. But trail's still open. It's just a little bit washed out. Alright, we are in Blue Springs Natural Area by Missouri Department of Conservation. We're at the Ozark National Scenic Riverways. And a little bit about the spring that we're going to see. It was called the Spring of the Summer Sky by the Native American Indians. It is the deepest spring in the entire United States at 310 feet deep. It has the most deepest, unusual, vivid blue color. And just to give you a little bit of a scale on how deep that is, if you put the Statue of Liberty in the spring, it would be completely below the water, and still below the water by about 5 feet. That is how deep it is. Now this spring, Blue Spring, it flows into the Current River, and we will see the Current River coming up here in just a little bit through the trees. And it is a beautiful river to float, very popular. You can see all of this brush from the river, obviously being way up here, and it is out here down in the trees. We have just a little bit of a walk to Blue Spring, and the Ozark Trail also goes through this area, which is a really wonderful hike, but pretty long. There's somebody out there camping right on the river. That's free camping right there. That's how you do it, right on the river. This is the Current River. And the trail continues right along the river. Yeah, when we had that large rain, it was all up in the banks, all up, way up in here. Look at out there today. Look at all the people camping. All right, we are entering the Blue Spring Natural Area. I can hear a little bit of the sound of the spring up here. Lots of roots. Here's a little pathway down to the river. Let's peek real quick at the water out here. Flip-flops, so I can hear the water, the spring water. See some floaters out there. See it? There's some free camping. Quite a few people down here. And it's a weekday too. Look at how clear the water is. Somebody's getting a drink. Right out here is where the spring is flowing into this river. You can just see some of the spring water through the woods there. I can hear it. Definitely hear it. Alright, here is a sign. Blue Spring is ranked as the 8th largest Missouri spring. It has the deepest blue color of all of them. Like I said earlier, it flows an average of 87 million gallons a day. Think about that, 87 million gallons of water just boiling out of the ground, out of a 310 foot deep hole. I think I lost Adele. Just giving you a little glimpse of the water coming out of the spring up here. We're almost up to it. Alright, we're almost up to it here.
at 87 million gallons a day. Beautiful, deep blue, like the summer sky. Water boiling out of the ground. Look at the color of that blueness of the water, the deep hole, the fresh spring water flowing out, crystal clear water. Amazing thing hidden in southern Missouri. In the Ozark National Scenic Riverways. Alright, we're going to walk up behind the spring. There's some rock steps. Here is a lookout. Lookout only. No diving. And stay on the platform. Watercress underneath there. So bright green. So we're came down on a side road, and we're underneath the bridge. And I just wanted to show you this huge washout area under the bridge, and we were wondering why it was like that. And we look up here, the river is down here, but look up in the rafters here. You see these sticks and debris? Look at the size of the sticks. That is how high this river down here, the current river that you'll see in just a minute, was this spring, when I told you earlier that we had gotten 12 inches of rain in a very short period of time. And there is actually sticks all the way up into the bottom of the bridge in this huge washout area. Okay, so we are down at the current river now, and right up around this bend is where we were and where the spring, the Blue Spring, flows into the current river. And we drove down and around to the bridge, and we are having our picnic lunch under the bridge here. And it has a beautiful sandbar to have our picnic at. We can come right down to the water. A little bit of traffic, but really not that bad. Here's somebody going over. There's some cool bird nests. see if you can see this. Look at these little bird nests up there. Oh, they got babies in them too. I'm trying to hold it still, but it's too zoomed in. They got nests all over. They sure do. They got some over there too. Beautiful day today. Look at the blue sky. No clouds. Clear water. Here's our awesome sand. It is beautiful sand. We're up on the sand dunes from the river. The dog loves the sand. It's nice and cool. And we're under the bridge here. I'm parked up over there. I don't have four-wheel drive, but you can walk in the rest.
As we were leaving, some structural engineers came to check out that giant sinkhole.
Okay, so we are about 10 miles from where we just were, and we're at a really popular place, it sounds like. Holy cow, you can see all the people. This is called Rocky Falls, and we are still in the Ozark National Scenic Riverways, and this is a very popular swimming hole where the water spills down this beautiful cliff into this pool of water. Everybody got the geology of how this was formed. You can see the water cascading down the rocks in this beautiful water hole. Just a really small little creek, but it provides a nice deep swimming hole, and everybody's up there playing around. Look at this beautiful swimming hole. Very popular.
Alright, so now we have left that area and are traveling north to make one more final stop before heading home.
Alright, we're making a quick little stop here to see one more thing. Round Spring. This is on the section of the Ozark Trail. A little bit more information about the spring. I'll have to see if it tells me any information. Oh, here it is. Average flow 26 million gallons a day. It is only 55 feet deep, more like a sinkhole. And just a little bit here about the map. Earlier today we were over here in Blue Springs, and then we went to Rocky Falls, and then we've come back up here, and now we are at Round Spring. And you can see that this highlighted area is the Ozark National Scenic Riverways, and you could spend days in this area seeing all of this stuff. There's some really beautiful springs and creeks and float trips and all kinds of stuff. Up here where a lot of it starts, Montauk State Park, huge spring there, and this is where they grow trout, or raise trout I mean, and release them into the river for fishing. And there's actually a old ferry that goes across the road here, and lots of other, here's Cave Spring, Poltite Spring, Round Spring Cave, which we're right on the other side. Alright, this is just a very short little trail that we're gonna walk up here to see the Round Spring. Here is a little glimpse of it back here in the trees. All of the algae and so forth, not quite as green as the last one. Alright, we're going to continue to walk up here, see if we get a better view. Here is a little bit about the geology of these springs here in Missouri. Some are sinkholes, and some are disappearing caves with streams running through them. This one isn't as blue as the Blue Spring that we just saw earlier today. Here is a little glimpse of it. See, the color is not as dark. You can actually see the water boiling out from underneath this rock outcropping. Still a really pretty blue color, but not as blue as the spring we saw today, and not as big. Missouri Round Spring State Park, acquired November 11th, 1924. Alright, here is a little bit of the Indian history and the type of Indians that were around at this time, and the arrowheads and so forth that you'll find. We're going to go over here to this lookout point. To see the beautiful kind of aqua, a little bit of tealish colored water, how it just bubbles out of this giant sinkhole. And here is another little lookout area that we're going to go down. Here is the original pool that we were looking at. So there's actually 2 pools of water. sneak down here. Whoa! I almost fell. Alright, here is the view. You can see the water flowing down and how much is coming out. Not the amount of watercress that we saw at the last spring. Here you can see it flowing out. Actually flows from that other pool, divided by a little bit of rock that we walked across.
And that is it for our adventure today. Make sure to hit the like button and the red subscribe button if you like these type of videos and want us to continue to make more.